Ladies and gentlemen, it is great to be back here with you for more Total Extreme Wrestling, and we are continuing on with our All Elite Wrestling save. We are in the end of April. We've got a little bit of catching up to do for the real life. We were on track. I thought we were doing pretty well. Now we've had a few weeks of a layoff, but we're back. We're going to be playing some more, but what we do have is a lost episode. So I did actually record another episode a few weeks ago. It was the last one I did, and I found out that, we had some audio issues. So we didn't actually get to upload that one. So what we'll do is we'll quickly have a bit of a recap of what's been going on over the last few weeks. So we'll go all the way back to the House That Always Wins. Of course, that was our 81 rated show, our most recent pay-per-view. MJF beat Moxley. He's the brand new world champion, of course. Then on Dynamite, we've been establishing some new rivalries, getting ourselves ready and prepared for our next pay-per-view, which of course is Double or Nothing. We had a 67 rated show to follow up the pay-per-view, which pretty much was the end of Eric Redbeard. I think we kind of killed him off on TV, maybe one more match after that. Kenny Omega was in the main event against Matt Sydal. This match was a bit of a bomb, didn't quite live up to expectation. Lucha Bros and Jurassic Express had a classic 76 rated, and Park defended the TNT Championship against Brian Pillman Jr. And then recently on Dynamite, a 66 rated show, 807,000 viewers. Chris Jericho and Jungle Boy in the main event. Post-match, Cody Rhodes confronted Chris Jericho and asked him if he will allow Cody and Jericho to take place one-on-one, and if Cody wins, then he will then allow to be challenged for the World Championship once again, of course, because Cody Rhodes lost against Chris Jericho to lose that stipulation to begin with. So Cody's trying to reverse it. He figured the best way is to try and beat the man that beat him originally, and that's Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho gives him the middle finger. He's not interested. Doesn't care. Doesn't want to do it. You know, what's in it for him, sort of thing. Also on the show, we had Shaquille O'Neal. He showed up, and he says he wanted to fight Paul White in a tag team match with Kenny Omega. So we're setting up Omega and Hangman Adam Page to team up to take on Shaq. Hangman Adam Page and Paul White to take on Shaq and Kenny Omega. I'm so used to Omega and Page, but kind of reverse that. The two big guys, they'll fight it out in a tag match rather than a one-on-one to try and hopefully boost the rating there. And what else we had? MJF, he had a big championship coronation. It was ruined by John Moxley and the Hardys, who challenged the Pinnacle to an upcoming match. Of course, they're still outnumbered, still outgunned there as well. On Dark, we did advance a few new storylines as well. We started a new one with Dustin Rhodes and Christian Cage, so we're going to have those two guys kind of battle it. Of course, Christian Cage is heel in our save, so Dustin Rhodes is a veteran. He kind of doesn't like the fact that Christian's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder. He's trying to come back and take the spotlight away from the young guys, trying to prove how great he is rather than just trying to, do what's right. And, he's sick of Christian complaining that he wants opportunities and deserves this and that. Well, Dustin Rhodes is trying to say, look, you need to earn it, and you need to start getting some wins. And if you want to earn those wins, you want to earn those opportunities, well, I'm the perfect guy. You go through me, and then maybe you do deserve a chance. So Dustin Rhodes looking to step up and take on Christian, and that'll be one of the matches we'll see at Double or Nothing. So Dustin and Christian Cage. Looking forward to that one. It should be a pretty solid mid-card match. I think that'll be a nice little addition to the card, which of course will feature Blood and Guts, the Hardys, teaming up with Moxley, and Sting. He's back in the ring, which of course I just watched Double or Nothing in real life, so having seen Sting back in the ring in real life was pretty awesome. So really cool to be able to do it here in the game as well. Looking forward to it. What else we got happening? Good Brothers and the Young Bucks, they'll take each other on for the tag titles. Sheeta and Britt Baker, we're going to revisit that, and this time Britt Baker's our champion. She'll look to defend against the challenger Hikaru Shida. We've got the Best Friends. They're going to come up against the Lucha Bros, but we're maybe thinking about changing that up as well. There's a thought that maybe we should add some different elements to that storyline instead. Of course, Nyla Rose and Jade Cargill, the two beasts of the women's division, going at it. And of course, that tag match with Shaquille O'Neal I mentioned a moment ago. And we're kind of going to do a situation, Park and Eddie Kingston, we're looking to kind of reform Death Triangle and remove the family. I think turning Eddie Kingston babyface, I really do like the combination of Kingston and Moxley. So, if we were looking to maybe move Moxley out of the world title picture, which pretty much I feel as though will be the case, I wasn't really sure what to do with Moxley after that. Do we take him off TV for a while? Do we kind of just, have him sit on the sidelines for a month or two, maybe 3 months, just to kind of freshen him up when he does come back? Maybe. Or he could enter the tag division with Eddie Kingston, and that would try to elevate Kingston greatly, because he definitely needs it. So that's also a thought, and I do really like that combination. That team in real life is really fun, so maybe there's a thought to bring it into our game as well, so why not? But that's kind of the recap of what's been happening here in the save in recent times. If you missed a few episodes, well, hopefully you're all caught up now. In terms of fans, so in real life, fans are back. We saw, 5,000 people at Double or Nothing. So we're definitely going to look to get the fans back in. At the moment, we're holding 1,000 people. But I definitely believe we may as well make Double or Nothing our show, that we bring back a full capacity. So I might as well try and pack out Daly's Place, which holds 5,500. We may as well do that, and beyond that, we might get things back on the road, which will be a big challenge for us because we haven't been on the road at all, and we've been focusing on Southeast only. So when we try and move away from the Southeast and get into different markets, it could be very, very difficult for us for a while, especially trying to catch up everyone's popularities to the different areas, because I'm sure some people may have huge differences, others may be slight, but there will be a bit of an issue when we get there. But nonetheless, we do have this week's edition of Dark Book. Now, mind you, I did book this show a few weeks ago, so we'll kind of, as we see it, we'll kind of catch up and jog the memory while we do it. So we might as well just jump straight into it. Let's see it all right here. So on the pre-show, Alex Marvez interviewed Diamante, who was interrupted by Anna Jay, and a match was made between those two. 37 rate. That's actually not too bad for these two women in a talking segment. Diamante did defeat Anna Jay in a 10-minute match. 35 rated. That's actually pretty good. Anna Jay 27, Diamante 35. So good. That's good stuff, because obviously Anna Jay still pretty green, still kind of getting better and better as the save goes on. But Diamante has been around for a while, got some good experience, and pretty good. So I'm trying to maybe elevate her a little bit, get her closer towards the title hunt. And, whilst we still want to feature Anna Jay as well, get her in the mix. And this is a pretty good match, so I'm happy with that. Killian King took on Abaddon, 10-minute match in the end. So we tried to stretch Abaddon out here. It was meant to be a job match, but also a bit of a match to see where Killian King is. Is it worth kind of looking at her closer? Yeah, probably not. But Abaddon 30, which is pretty good considering she's been pretty bad in recent times, so that's a decent match for her. I'm not really sure what's going on with her in real life, but for us here in this save, we're trying to maybe get her in a position where we can start to use her more, but I just don't think that's going to be for a while. Serena Deeb had an interview as well with Alex Marvez, 37 for that one as well. So the women, featuring heavily in this pre-show, because obviously, we can't put them on the main show. We get penalized far too much. So I think we're going to start using the pre-show a lot more for the women to try and elevate them a little bit. We had the Gun Club take on TNT. Of course, that is Terrence and Tyrell Dudley. 24 rated. The Gun Club picked up the win. So the Gun Club are pretty awful. Let's be real. Austin Gunn 25, Colton Gunn 18. They're pretty bad, but put them here on the pre-show, beating maybe the only other tag team on the roster that's worse off than them, TNT. Might try and help them out a little bit. 24 rated match. We had a hype video for Lance Archer, a bit of a training video, just kind of promoting him. Lance is kind of a little bit out of the mix, unfortunately. Wouldn't mind getting him a few more matches, maybe at least a match here or there on Dynamite in the next couple of weeks. We had Big Swole take on Layla Hirsch as well for 34. This is pretty good, actually. Big Swole 32, Layla 31. Not bad at all, actually. Big Swole picked up the win. Okay, so we're going to open up the show with Christian Cage and Dustin Rhodes with a confrontation about Dustin Rhodes' comments last week. So, of course, Dustin Rhodes not happy with the way Christian's been carrying himself here in AEW. Well, Christian Cage confronts Dustin Rhodes in the middle of the ring this week, and they kind of promo it out in the middle of the ring. 64, which is really good. Happy with that. Private Party had a 51 rated match against Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss. Marquette 47, Isaiah 54, Sonny Kiss 32, Joey Janela, wow, 47 from Joey, not bad. So again, Private Party, are on the cusp of breaking out. They really are close to that 40 plus mark. So more matches like this will certainly get them there. They both have great ability, and I think maybe they just need a feud with a high-profile tag team. Maybe they get an upset win of some sort, a DQ win or something, just to get them over the hump. But they are very, very good Private Party. We've been focusing on Jurassic Express as of late as our next breakout tag team. Well, maybe Private Party's got to be the one after that. We had the Best Friends promoing on the Lucha Bros, saying that they want another match against them. So continuing that storyline there, 52 for that one. Eddie Kingston cut a promo on Park about the Death Triangle situation, 64 from Eddie. This is his best strength. The promos, as we've said many times, this is how we're going to use Eddie, and this is a great example of it. 64, very, very good promo from him. The Dark Order took on SCU, and SCU picked up the win. So, just a combination of Scorpio and Daniels this time picked up the win over the Dark Order. Speaking of Dark Order, 46 and 45 from those two. That's really good, considering these guys have been very, very low on the card for a while. That's an opportunity for them to kind of, maybe move up the card a little bit as a threat and maybe get themselves in a tag team storyline with those sort of performances. That's pretty good. Maybe Private Party and Dark Order should have a feud. I don't know if we've done that yet. We probably have, but, there's an opportunity there if we want to. And speaking of SCU, I know they're kind of broken up in real life, and Scorpio's doing his own thing with Ethan Page. At this stage, I wasn't going to go Scorpio and Ethan Page. I feel like those two guys... we have Scorpio as a bayface, of course, but I don't know if that's the plans for myself. And I don't think SCU is the plans for Scorpio Sky either. Maybe just kind of a singles wrestler, but not really getting the push, I suppose. Just kind of working with some of the top guys, that sort of role for Scorpio. And have Daniels and Kazarian. I still want to keep them teaming up because I don't find that there is any value for Kazarian or Daniels as a singles. So if they're going to stay on the roster, they've got to keep teaming. And I just wanted to see where Scorpio is at with Daniels. Is there something there that we're missing? Should we look at this team more often? Should we look at Scorpio and Kazarian more often? Just kind of getting a bit of a gauge. What's the best combination? What should we be focusing on with SCU here in that one? 53 for that segment, nonetheless. SCU with the win. Paul White had a segment as well. He called out Shaq and said he wants him to show up next week to fight. So 72 rated there from Paul White. Not too bad from him. His promos haven't been super amazing, but they've been okay. 72 is solid. So kind of setting up a potential showdown between Paul White and Shaq. That could be good. FTW took on Top Flight for a 50 rated match. Cage the best, 58. Ricky Starks at 47. Very, very good as well. Cage was off his game, so he could have been a lot better than that. Trying to get FTW teaming up a little bit more just to try and get Brian Cage to hopefully boost up Ricky Starks' popularity even more than what we've been able to do so far. Speaking of Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, now I didn't put this angle in myself. I kind of want to use one of the default ones, so ignore the fact that it says Top Flight is celebrating. It actually would be Brian Cage and Starks celebrating, and they continue the beatdown, beating down Top Flight even more. So adding insult to injury, I suppose. 37 for that. Sammy Guevara cuts a promo, says he's very excited to be wrestling again as a singles after spending so much time as a tag team. It's good to be back as a singles wrestler, he says. 58 promo for that one. And he's in the main event against Colt Cabana. Wow, 72. Sammy defeats Colt for a 75 rated performance from Sammy Guevara. Colt Cabana, 48. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to get Sammy Guevara in a singles feud, maybe for the TNT Championship. Get him involved, get him there, because he has been fantastic. 75. That's really good. That's main event quality level from Sammy Guevara. So he definitely could be a major player for us with those sort of performances and helping Colt Cabana have another solid match. 72 main event for Dark. That could be the best main event in Dark history, quite honestly. That's not even a lie. It could really... I'll have to check that out because that would be very, very close. 58 rated episode of Dark, and that could even be the best episode of Dark. I don't know. Sammy Guevara, very, very good from him. All right, let's jump into Dynamite. Let's get it underway with the pre-show. Ethan Page and Tony Schiavone And it's an interview there by Tony, who's interviewing Ethan Page, who says he's frustrated at Will Hobbs for taking his spotlight recently. 46 rated. So even though Ethan Page is kind of burst onto the scene, people are still talking about Will Hobbs, and that's frustrating Ethan Page. He just wants everyone to be talking about him and feel that ego that he has, of course. Moving on, Lance Archer, we give him a match against Michael Nakazawa, 41 rated, Lance Archer squashing Michael. Squash matches haven't really worked that well here in our save, and I figured let's give it another shot. It's still not really doing that well. Lance 62, Nakazawa 30, 4-minute match. 62 rated here for this promo between Park and Eddie Kingston. Really strapped for time on the main show, so we had to stick this on the pre-show, unfortunately. But both these two men arguing over who gets the Lucha Bros, basically, and they've both agreed to decide to let the Lucha Bros pick who they want their leader to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Eddie Kingston team up with the Lucha Bros, and, we recently had Park team up with them, so, get them a chance to kind of feel out, okay, what kind of works best for us? Who's got, who do we have the best chemistry with, sort of thing. Jungle Boy has a match against Jack Evans for 54, Jungle Boy 59, Jack Evans 38. So, solid match here on the pre-show to try and showcase Jungle Boy a little bit here. Of course, he picks up the win. Chaos Project against the Butcher and the Blade, 33 rated. Butcher and Blade pick up the win. Not much more needs to be said about that one. Kip Sabian with a 44. Wow, okay. 44 rated against JD Drake. Now, I don't really rate JD Drake that well, but hey, 36 from him. He held his own. I'll give him that. Kip Sabian, 44, starting to find some momentum a little bit, get things happening for himself, which is great to see. Maybe another lower mid-card player that has started to emerge for us. Alright, we opened up the show with Chris Jericho working his magic, of course. He says if Cody wants a match, then Jericho needs a title shot to make it worth his time. So Cody Rhodes, he's the EVP. Well, Jericho says, look, why don't you sprinkle some of that magic that you can do? You've got the power. Why don't you make it happen? If you want me one-on-one, well, you need to make it worth my time and sweeten the pot for me. So 99 rated. We had the Inner Circle out there as well, supporting Chris as always. And that is a great way to boost up that storyline between Cody and Chris. And of course, we expected strong promos between these two, and Jericho fires back with an excellent one here. Hikaru Shida had a 45 rated match against Serena Deeb. First time we've had these two face off, and they have great chemistry. Great to see. Shida 53, Serena Deeb 37. So this is definitely a match that we could do down the line once again. Great chemistry between these two. Their performances showed for it. I wanted to give Shida a really strong win heading into the pay-per-view. I feel like she needs just another win or two just to really ramp up her momentum. So she's got that there. Really good win here against Serena. 15-minute match too, so we gave them plenty of time, and they certainly delivered for the women's standards. Post-match, Rebel distracted Shida as Britt Baker hit Shida in the head with the championship belt, laid her out. 54, so that actually was executed pretty well in the end. So the distraction and beat down there, done well by Britt Baker and Rebel. Alright, so Eddie Kingston does get his chance to team up with the Lucha Bros, taking on Best Friends, so we continue that storyline between Best Friends and Lucha Bros as well. But in the end, Best Friends picked up the win because Park, well, he came out and hit Eddie Kingston with a super kick, costing him the match and costing the Lucha Bros the match as well. So Eddie Kingston loses this one here for the Lucha Bros, and that's not going to exactly make them very happy. Of course, the Lucha Bros, they weren't, they were a little distracted themselves. They didn't exactly see that Park interfered. They just believed that Eddie Kingston, lost this match for the team. So that kind of skews them in the favor of maybe reforming Death Triangle a little bit. So Penta 64, Ray Phoenix, excellent of course, best in the match 75. Kingston was actually the worst in the match, 45, a little concerning there. Trent was the best on the Best Friends side of things. Orange Cassidy got the pin on Eddie Kingston. 82 rated for this hype video. These two men, Kenny Omega and Shaq, training together for their upcoming match. So we get a small little sneak peek, a little snippet of Shaquille O'Neal in the ring and what he might be able to do. 82 is pretty good. Adam Page defeated Anthony Bowens in a 10-minute match. Page 74, Bowens 34. Wanted to also, showcase Adam Page a little bit here. Obviously coming up against Shaq and Omega soon, so I wanted to give him a win. Didn't really have many opponents that I could really give Adam Page. You got your Ricky Starks, those sort of guys, Ethan Page in the middle of the card that we're trying to push, so a loss wouldn't really help them too much. But Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, those guys haven't really got going yet, and a showcase match like this helps them rather than hinders them. So 59 for this one, probably Anthony Bowens' best match so far. Alright, the Pinnacle. They agreed to an offer to a match made by Moxley's team, and they give a bit of a warning to Moxley and his crew that they are outnumbered, they're outmatched. It's basically 5-on-3 at this point. There's no way that they have a chance of beating the Pinnacle. So 84 rated for this one. So, they're feeling pretty confident. They're feeling pretty confident heading into this one. Of course, blood and guts is what we're talking about. So, why wouldn't they be? 5-on-3, locked inside a cage. How the hell could they possibly compete with that? There's no way. 84 rated for that one. All right, Nyla Rose and Jade Cargill had an official contract signing. Basically, these two behemoths facing each other, confronting each other, looking up and down at one another, eyeing each other off, and, doing some poses and trying to intimidate one another. No contact was allowed, though. Brandy Rose officiated it, so she was in charge of that one. Vicky Guerrero, of course, out there talking some trash as well. 52, so gained some storyline hits, so this one actually went pretty well in the end. So I didn't really know what to expect from this, but yeah, it worked out okay. The Good Brothers quickly defeated the Initiative for 42. Not much really to say about this. Bit of a squash match here for this one. But post-match is what we're really focusing on. The Young Bucks came out to the ring to inform the Good Brothers that they just won't fight their friends. So they are happy to be tag team champions. They want to remain friends. They believe that this will impact their friendship, facing each other. They just want to, separate business from personal, remain friends, and leave the titles out of it. 76 for that one. So I don't really know if that's going to go down too well with the Good Brothers, especially not Don Callis. Christian Cage had a match against Brian Pillman Jr. for 50, Christian 65, Pillman Jr. 39, and we had this one as a way just to kind of give Christian another win to continue to build him up ahead of his match against Dustin Rhodes. So Christian was off his game, so he could have done a little bit better potentially. Good chance to kind of spotlight Brian Pillman Jr. here, and Pillman Jr. does have some affiliation with Dustin Rhodes in the past, Cody Rhodes, of course. There has been some affiliation there, so there's a small little storyline tie-in as well. Sammy Guevara says he believes he is ready to take the next step in his career. Well, I tell you what, if he keeps cutting 79 rated promos, I'm going to believe it. That is a hell of a promo from Sammy Guevara. Usually I don't have Sammy Guevara talk too much because I'm not confident that he can deliver, but 79, to back up a 75 rated in-ring performance, a 79 rated promo, my God, this guy is a main event star right here, right in front of us. We've just been ignoring him this whole time. Well, not really, he's been tag champ, but wow, we have something right here ready to go in Sammy Guevara. So I guess it's time to kind of push him right to the top. Main event didn't quite deliver. Okay, so 6-man tag team match. I wasn't really sure what to do with the main event here. I was kind of thinking about a singles, but I thought, okay, maybe we should have, Moxley team up with the Hardys here, get a bit of a taste of what to expect when they come up against the Pinnacle. So Moxley 79, Matt Hardy 65, Jeff Hardy 71, Dax 69, Cash 72. Wardlow was in this one rather than Sean Spears, 57 from Wardlow. So this match really does bring down all the storyline here, all the good work undone. Yeah, I didn't really think about that in terms of storyline, but I did want these two teams to kind of mix it up. I thought this would probably get low 70s, but 63 is a pretty big disappointment, I'm not going to lie. Moxley does pick up the win. Sean Spears tried to interfere and help out, but instead he accidentally hit Cash Wheeler, costing his team the win. And wow, even the follow-up segment did not deliver as well. No, this storyline's starting to tank. This is not good. The Pinnacle attempted an ambush, but they failed. Sean Spears was left all alone in the ring. and he got hurt badly by Moxley. So Sean Spears pretty much taken out of the equation here. So Pinnacle had the 5-on-3. Well, now that's only 4-on-3. So all of a sudden, things aren't looking as good for the Pinnacle. They'll still be confident they've got the extra number, but all of a sudden, Sean Spears looks to be taken out of the equation. Again, another way to try and remove Sean Spears from actually having to wrestle in blood and guts, because that probably wouldn't be the best thing in the world. Alright, it gives us a 65 rated show. I tell you what, I think that main event really let us down. A couple of good angles there. Obviously, not many great matches on the show, so perhaps, that was probably the real letdown nonetheless. Alright, the results. Let's take a quick look. NXT 73 rated, 758,000 viewers. So definitely they defeated us in the ratings there. We had 823,000 viewers though, so a pretty strong TV rating, to be honest. 1.09 is pretty good. So I'm happy with that. But obviously we need to start improving the actual match quality itself. So what's going on here? Hikaru Shida produced the Symposium 6. So Hikaru Shida hosting her own show of some sort? Is she actually on it? I don't think she's actually even on it. So yeah, that's interesting. So Hikaru Shida involved in something, but herself personally not there. Probably my fault actually, because we booked her on Dynamite. So sorry about that one, but yeah, you won't get to use Shida for that show. Yeah, nothing else in the news to kind of worry about. We might take a quick look at the popularity changes and let's see if maybe some of the lower card guys got any boost out of working with some of the top guys. So first thing I want to highlight, under Major Stars, Sammy Guevara officially joins that list. So we talked about Sammy Guevara. Is he a top guy? Well, the game now believes he is a Major Star. So the fans, they are buying him as a main eventer. He's got 63 popularity. It has surged. Start of the month, he was at 57 in the Southeast. He's now got 63. This man is on fire. And obviously he had the big match with the Young Bucks at House That Always Wins, but now I have to believe that promo that he had, another good match against Colt Cabana. Sammy Guevara does have white hot momentum. There is no doubt about that. Considering he started at 43 when we started this save, he's now at 63. He has without a doubt had the best popularity increase in the series. He's now a main event star. I guess we just got to find an opponent. Who's the right guy for Sammy Guevara to face? Maybe he has to wait until after Double or Nothing, but I can tell you what, there must be someone out there that would definitely have a fantastic match with Sammy Guevara. Maybe it's like an Adam Page potentially. Maybe it's someone like a Jeff Hardy. I don't know, but yeah, Sammy Guevara is 100% ready to be a top guy here on our roster, and I'm all for it. There's no doubt he has got all the tools to be a top guy easily. Dax Harwood's got 63, so that's really good news there that FTR starting to really build themselves out of that upper mid card level. They're very close to being main event worthy. Elsewhere down the card, Jungle Boy 51. We talk about breakout stars. He's very close. Orange Cassidy, we haven't really pushed him that much ourselves. 47 here in the Southeast, so that's not too bad. There are some names there that we could see potentially breaking through, but a lot of them are just tag team wrestlers predominantly. Further down the card is where we really got to focus on. Eddie Kingston's been 43 now, popularity from him. He hasn't seen an increase for a few months now. So I'm hoping this match with Park helps him. It hasn't quite happened just yet for him. Ethan Page, 36. So he's had a pretty strong start since coming in. He started at 33, 34, already now at 36. So that's a good foundation set from him. Obviously Ricky Starks, we've been focusing on him a lot, 38. Popularity now from him as well. Hikaru Shida heading into the women's match, 36 popularity. Britt Baker, 37. So both very, very similar, very close. So that's some good signs. Nyla Rose, 34. So, she's doing okay as well. And right down the bottom of the card, Jay Cargill, 34. So that Rose and Cargill match does have a little bit of popularity. Hopefully enough to kind of not have it bomb. I'm hopeful for that. Will Hobbs, 36. So he's very similar to Ethan Page. He's had a big month. Beating Eric Redbeard, of course, will help. And Sean Spears, he's probably the big one here. He's got 35 popularity. And he actually has seen an increase. And it's been a very uphill battle. He's got very cold momentum. We still haven't reversed that, even though he's had a string of wins as of late. No, not against anyone that matters, but 9 wins, 2 losses this year. We're trying to overturn it. It just hasn't really happened, but surely soon we'll get things on track. We saw Kip Sabian have a really good match. He's got 31 popularity now, and he might be another player to sort of think about. Pillman Jr., 39 performance from him as well in his match. He's gone up a popularity point this month, so he's another guy to maybe think about. A few losses, I suppose, lately from Pillman. 9 wins, 11 losses, so he's had some losses here and, of course, in MLW. So a few guys to certainly think about, and things are looking a little bit better for our roster. 23 days away from Double Nothing. Let's go ahead and check out the start of next month. All right, brand new month, and well, a lot of things are happening. As you can see, the news list is completely full. The first one off the ranks is AJ Styles. His contract is up for grabs. Now, obviously, I would love to have AJ Styles, but I just don't think it'd be realistic to really sign him in this save. I don't think he's going anywhere. WWE have offered him $110,000 per month. It's a big contract. It is a big contract. We could maybe try and stretch them out a little bit. Let's try and give them $120,000. I don't know if Tony Khan will be happy with that, but we could maybe, we'll throw some money at AJ and see if WWE try and pay a little bit more for him to upset them a little bit. Becky Lynch has given birth, so she's finished the pregnancy, but she's still got 4 months until she's back. So 4 months maternity leave, 82 popularity from Becky Lynch. So I'm sure their women's division would love to have her, and I'm very jealous that they have someone of that popularity in their division. I tell you what, if we had one woman that had like 60 popularity plus, I think that would be enough to really fix the women's division. But the fact that we just don't have that really sucks. Jay Briscoe, his contract is up. Yeah, Briscoe's 37. Okay, so I haven't really looked at the Briscoes much in their career at all. Ring of Honor wise, he's gotten 50 popularity there, so 42 to 50 in this save. So he's doing pretty well for them. He's averaging 64 in the ring, 65 across the first 2 years. So that's not too bad. Jason Ayers, he's a referee, I believe. He's up. Don't need him. So we've also got Kari Sane. I'm surprised she's still even in the W. I forgot to get rid of her. So she's still there. 43 pop from her. So her contract's up. Looks like WWE are going to sign her. She would be pretty decent. 43 pop's not exactly the answer to all our questions and prayers, though. MVP, his contract is up. He's got 65 popularity. Wow. He started at 48. He now has 65. So they've really done pretty well with him. He's averaging 76. 73 across the 2 years. And he has been United States champion. So MVP has had a pretty successful return there in this game. We've got some TV deals expiring we need to take care of. Luchasaurus, his contract is up, so we need to take care of that. He's got 50 popularity for us. 36 years of age, still in his prime. Still want to try and lock him down. Let's see if he'll take that. 3-year deal, and he's been doing pretty well, so he's certainly worth keeping. He wants 1,100 per show. I think he's probably deserving of that, although I do believe Jungle Boy is kind of carrying the team a little bit, but he's held his own. Nikki Storm, her contract's up. She's got 40 pop, so she'd have more popularity than everyone on our roster. But we don't exactly need her. A couple other things. Tom Phillips, we got rid of him from WWE, so we make sure he's free agent. In terms of his announcing, he has 75, so he's pretty good. Velveteen Dream, I don't know if we want to touch him, but he's now free agent as well, 54. I'll be interested to see where he ends up. I'm sure someone will sign him. Maybe Impact Wrestling or someone could really use him because, he averages 69. He'd be pretty handy for anyone to have, no doubt about that. But, yep, he is now gone. And last but not least, Mark Henry. so I'm surprised Mark Henry's joined AEW in real life. I heard that he does want to have another match. I don't know if he will be in the ring, but we're going to sign him. You know, we do like to replicate the signings that happen in real life, so we'll sign Mark, 1-year deal, and if he wants to, if we want him, we could have him wrestle. That's what we're going to do. So I don't know exactly what the plan will be with Mark Henry. He has 48 color commentary in this game. Now, probably would deserve a bump up, depending on how his commentary is. I don't know. But I guess he could be a producer, a road agent. I think he would be a pretty good one. So, and he's got pretty good mic skills, actually. So, you know, 58 popularity, we can probably find some use for him. And just thinking off the bat right here, someone like Will Hobbs, Mark Henry taking him under his wing, maybe being his manager. Honestly, you know, that would be pretty good. I mean, Will Hobbs is a powerhouse Hobbs. So why not have Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, mentoring Will Hobbs? I think that'd be fantastic. And currently, we don't have Will Hobbs with a manager, and he probably needs one. So maybe that's what we do with Mark Henry, rather than, you know, have him as a color commentator, rather, because we don't really need that. I think maybe having him as Will Hobbs' manager, his agent, whatever you want to call it, or mentor, that might be the way to go, because I feel like Will Hobbs could really benefit from that, and that'd be a nice addition to the roster, something more valuable than just having him on commentary. So that might be what we do with Mark Henry, and I think Will Hobbs would certainly benefit from that. And look, if we want to have him wrestle, maybe having him teaming up with Will Hobbs, you know, student and teacher sort of match, that sort of thing, maybe even a potential feud. I don't know. There's some possible avenues we can explore, but yeah, looking forward to that. And one last piece of business before we get going. There was an injury. Matt Seidel, he does have a fractured jaw, but hey, he can wrestle in a day, so not really a problem at all. Darby Allin's still out for 4 months, which is a shame. Quick look at the financials. We lost $488,000 last month, but our ticket sales was $178,000, and we really didn't open it up to that many people. So I really believe when we get back on the road, we open it up to fans, we're going to be just okay. I think we're going to just about start to make some money, and we need to. We are running out. We started at 11 million. We're down to 3.3. I don't know how much longer Tony Khan will be happy with that. So I'm sure he's bleeding money in real life, probably. But I don't think he'll be happy to bleed money too much longer here in the TEW world. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with more TEW very, very soon. I do apologize for the delay in recent episodes, but I'll try and get back on schedule. Just, you know, this is a really busy time of year for me, so it's a bit tricky. But I'll try and figure it out. I'll try and get it sorted, and we'll try to be back for more TEW in the near future. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe to see more. See you next time.